Hi everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Rap League Podcast. I am your host, Free, joined as always by my co-host, Young OG, Ghetto Vegan over there, Hoagie Bear, and Border Eye, make your daughter cry, sort of fly, but never that guy.
I don't understand.
Make your daughter cry.
Will Border Eye ever come back with something else? Like, he always just takes it.
I mean, I'll put it this. If he changed that I to another alphabet letter, this might go a little bit differently, but...
He's Border L, if anything.
Yeah, he's been holding my L for a long time.
That didn't sound too right, but
It didn't, but no one paused or anything, but I just let it go.
You skip it.
I didn't think it sounded messed up, but I don't know how y'all looking at that,
It's okay. It's okay, bro.
Got something to tell us?
Listen, no, I said...
So first off, you don't get to say that, Border Eye. All this shit you get to say.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's okay, man. I got friends like that. They in jail, though, but I got...
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Skittles, but, I know I don't roll anyway. But, all right, so we are back with another episode for you guys today, and it's honestly a great one in my opinion, but I know my other co-hosts don't feel that way. Two people we are talking about today are Joyner Lucas and Logic, two of the most lyrical rappers of today's generation, in my opinion. My opinion.
Start with some bull.
My opinion.
Please say my opinion. Please. Start with some bull.
I agree.
Go ahead. All right. I ain't hear you know what? I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? Let me hear what you guys say real quick, before we jump right into it. So obviously you guys don't feel the same way I do about lyricism, so please tell me.
Same thing for me. Just because you rap fast, that doesn't mean you lyrical.
I would agree with that. I think both of these dudes are like crazy inconsistent with their albums. If you were to listen to all their projects like I did getting ready for this, then like you would hear how like progressively worse they got over time. Like their early stuff I feel like is better than the later stuff.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean I can definitely attest to that same thing too. The mixtapes were definitely fire. The albums themselves though, I mean, what was it?
Honestly, Joyner, I think he's like a singles guy. He may just be a one.
No, I want to get into that more in depth because I'm. That's what I've been thinking about this whole time. Because I was listening to one of his interviews, and his writing process made it. You hit it dead on, singles guy. But I'll save it to when you get in.
All right. Well, what was it? Border Eye. You done playing PlayStation over there? You want to contribute to the conversation?
Yeah. Sorry.
Because he was the first person that said Joyner Lucas was fire in the group chat. So I really.
That's what I'm saying. Like he put
what's
fire
going on.
No, he is. And my reason for saying that is because when I listen to his music, I hear the messages that he's portraying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay.
For me, it's not just his lyrics. It's also what he's saying that you don't catch.
Okay.
You mean like
double entendres, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like the one song, he's like the chorus is like, I need more. Like he says like he needs more hoes, he needs more this, he needs that. But then when you listen to the verse, he's telling the people like you got all these materialistic things, but you're so empty inside. You're fighting to do this because what happens once you get all that money? You're still gonna want more. What happens when you get all the girls in the world? Like you done smashed every girl in every country. You still want more.
You can go back and do it again.
I mean,
yeah, twice.
Yeah, but you're still not gonna have no happiness. You're still gonna be empty inside. What happens if
that's why he's great.
Tried all the drugs that you just got done tried? You know what I mean? And when you listen to the song, you don't realize that's the message. But when I was like, hold on, stop and actually listen to it, I was like, yo.
I got a question for you. 2 seconds. Did you listen to the J. Cole KOD album?
I did.
Yes, and I loved it.
Okay. Is KOD better than the Joyner one, or?
I mean, yes. J. Cole, of course.
Okay. All right. I wanted you to say some bull crap, so I could just explain it. But we're on the same page now. But go ahead.
He had to gauge it.
I mean, if he gotten better with, his bars, yes, he'll probably come close. But I don't think he'll ever get better than J. Cole. But I mean, his ADHD album, I really appreciated a lot because, like, even that song ADHD, I was like, dang, I'll be feeling that way. Like being a person that actually has ADD and ADHD, even though a lot of people try to say, oh, it's not real, but I'm like, it is. You don't have to take the medication, but there is some things that you're still going to struggle with that you're going to have to learn how to overcome. And that's how I felt when I listened to that song, like, yo, this dude gets it. He gets the struggle of dealing with some things within the head that people can't see, might not understand, but yeah, it's always a battle up here.
Yeah, they're both some mental health guys.
I got it. I was gonna say that ADHD thing. I got like some timeline with that, but that's a whole nother thing. I ain't gonna get into that. I sound like a conspiracy when I start talking about that. But I agree though.
All right. Well, with all that being said, I think it's time to jump right into it. So we're gonna get started. All right. So round one, talking about lyricism. Now, what was it? I want to hear from not Border Eye. I want to hear from Hoagie and Ghetto Vegan real quick. So, who do you guys feel is the better lyricist between Joyner and Lucas, and why?
I think go ahead. You go first. You go first. You
guess,
more you go first.
I guess I'm going to say Logic, only because I feel like his albums are just better. Like the better ones are better than Joyner's best mixtapes or records or singles to me personally.
As far as albums are concerned, like Joyner only got 2 major albums.
That's true.
Yeah, compared to Logic's
Logic, he got a lot.
Like 8 or like whatever.
Have y'all heard his albums all the way through though?
Whose?
Joyner's? Yeah. And Logic's?
Yeah.
Complete thing.
I was a little bored.
Really?
I was just
now,
a
why?
little bored.
You know, with the skits and everything, because I feel like they both tell a story. And
I think it's boring. That's why I don't really listen. It's just boring.
That's why maybe it's just not
boring?
bad. It's not trash for me. Maybe it's just boring. Whereas I
yeah.
feel like Logic, I don't know. He is more likely to say something wild that'll keep my attention. Like one of his lyrics is like that one is like living as a black man in the skin of a white man. That made me like turn my head like, oh my God, I forgot he's like half black.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? For me, they boring because I think they talk about. I need more. Maybe I'm being critical, but
Joyner sound like
insight. I need more insight of like their chat. Like I need some pain stories. You're a rapper. If you do hip hop, it's required for you to talk about some pain stories.
Yeah.
Required for you to do that. And I feel like both of them, they just try to rap words to, like even I'm not the biggest Eminem fan, but he even had in his beginning stage got them pain stories.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like not having a place to live, like stuff like that.
Joyner does that.
Oh, no.
Joyner said like he was eating like sugar water mac and cheese, like didn't have any.
Yeah, and then he goes the rest 90 bars talking about miracle, lyrical, spiritual in your living room.
Miracle lyrical, yeah. If there's nothing in those bars, miracle lyrical is trash.
Yeah, what was it?
All right.
So,
but that's just. But on that,
like if you listen to Double's work, okay, my bad, I didn't even cut you off. But
no, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You more.
I had to remember because I looked at it. I was like, wait, Double's work. Double's work was like another one I liked a lot because this talks about the things that every person questions. Like, God, why does this happen? Why does this happen? I want to be closer to you, but you know what? F this. You know what I mean? Like everybody gets to that stage. I'm like, that's true pain. Everybody, even if you don't believe in God, you go through that phase. You go through that phase, like, you know, I'm not that person, but you know what? F this. I'm about to go on a rampage. Or, you know what? I'm trying to not do these things that I keep doing. I'm like, yo, this is like real. This is realness. This is stuff that everybody can relate to. If you are willing to allow your mind to open up and be like, you know what? Let me not be so used to all this, you know, hollering and gang life stuff that I listen to that I'm probably not even a part of. Because, you know, a lot of people in the suburbs, that's what they try to get with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't be afraid to allow yourself to be vulnerable to the music. Let it touch your emotions.
I got you. It's just, I understand that just be objective, but I don't know, maybe my ears are a little different because I will listen to a Joyner Lucas. I have listened to both of them songs, but as far as just to stay on topic, as far as lyricism, I think when I first got to Joyner, when he was on his freestyle type of thing, because I first heard him from the BET Cypher thing. It was like, I forget what it was, but I was kind of new to him. And he has some, and in his recent stuff, he got some bars. And so as far as lyricism, I'm not the lyrical miracle dude. So just because you rap fast, that don't make you nice to me. you really got to say something. You got to have some bars with you. You know what I mean? Hip hop started from bars. It didn't start from spiritual, lyrical, miracle in the script. Like, it didn't start from none of that. So for me, I go to the essence. I want to hear them bars. So for me, I think Joyner has better lyricism than old boy Logic. I call him old boy, but yeah, Logic. He dissed my mans. I ain't really like that.
Joyner might be a better technical rapper, because you guys see that video of him like rapping and then he rapped the bar backwards.
Yeah, I mean that's
like maybe better. He's maybe better technically, but
yeah,
I see what you mean with the lyrical miracle stuff.
He says he does a lot of lyrical exercises to keep himself sharp and all that. So I mean, rapping forward and backward thing. I mean, well, Papoose did that first off.
Yeah, I was. That's the first person. You know what I mean? And
Papoose did that A to Z, then Z to A thing before anybody else even tried to do that. So, what was it? But the fact that he's able to do it, I do give him credit because, that shit is hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard.
All right, so quick question. All right, so we all know that Joyner and Logic at one point did beef with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. What was it Ghetto Vegan? I know you say you didn't hear Sriracha, but just by listening to Joyner and Logic, who would you feel wins out of that beef right there? I think Joyner, because I was listening around that time. I was, I want to say I watched the Complex. I watched the Joe Budden podcast. I watched the Breakfast Club. So I guess when I watch that, I get in tune with the beef thing. So as far as that, I think Joyner won. I guess the song he was referencing it had a better bounce. Yeah, it had a better bounce to me. Like what I mean? The song, what he was saying, it's just like it go back to the Eminem thing. Mm-hmm. I felt like the song MGK did, I can play it more. You know what I mean? So for me, I think he won because I can play that more. Like I can I put that on like 7 times, bro. The Eminem song, I might listen to it twice. What it's called? Kill One? I don't know.
Kill One. If he don't stop.
I know it's called Skill Shot. I just wanted to see what y'all was gonna say. Look, I got him on edge, yo. Look at him, look. Y'all hate
you about to punch a wall.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait until we get right back to M. Who was it? M versus YG. I'm gonna wait till we get back to that point to really go on.
Nah. But I enjoyed Joyner's song more. So that's my opinion right there on that one.
Joyner's good on features. He's just really good on features. He may feel like he's competitive in that regard, so like more so than if he were on a project by himself. So maybe Joyner is just better on features than he is on his own stuff.
About the Will song he did.
Oh, Will versus Logic featuring Will Smith?
His song called Will.
No, he's saying how do you feel about it in general? Because that's
it's okay. It's good.
Like being in the age we really, given like our legends credit to like people that didn't really recognize them until they passed. Like hearing him be like, I don't know if he was the first one that did this or not, but to make a whole song about Will Smith and like really, I feel like he had bars with this.
I'll tell you right now,
he like connected every movie and everything he worked and did.
Yeah.
And then have Will Smith come on and do a remix, which was also fire. In my
I give you as far as like doing a song about a living legend, I like that aspect. But to give him credit about the bars, I really don't, because he told us his writing process. He think about a video to do, and then he writes. So if I like, I'm not discrediting him because that was phenomenal what he did. But as far as like the bars he made up, it was kind of like easy for him as far as like, because he. Like he said, he do the reverse. He think about an idea, about a song, a music video, and then he creates the bars. So it's kind of it's a crutch. But for me,
I thought it's just a cool idea.
I mean, that's the first time when he explained that. Like, that's the first time I heard someone do that for like their music.
Yeah.
I don't heard someone.
Yeah, and that goes to Chaz's point. He chasing singles. He's a single guy.
So. With that being said, speaking about singles, now here's what I want to ask: who had the better like number song? Like, because we know Joyner had the 555, song, and then Logic has the 1-800 suicide prevention song.
Yeah, I was about to, yeah.
So
see, I didn't hear about Joyner's until now. I heard about Logic's first.
That was part of the beef too.
Only because Logic's was about suicide prevention and being, you know, a college student run campus where some reason everybody was deciding to, you know,
jump off of garage buildings.
A lot of people were
OD.
going like struggles and stuff like that, and stress and committing suicide. That song became a popular song on campus. I mean, Joyner's, I didn't really hear it until now.
Yeah, there was actually a the Logic song, the 100. It was also more suicide prevention. I think it's a touched on because the son of like Don Cheadle was gay, and then like he was hiding all that shit inside. So I think it was also like something, you know, I think it also talked about like, I guess, like accepting, you know, homosexuality within like, I guess, like a black family or something, because like, you know, not I know for a
interesting.
That Joyner song?
Yeah, no, Logic's.
Logic's really in touch with topics like that, which is good because we need somebody to talk about those things. You know what I mean? Because our community, you have those problems where as soon as a kid's like that, you know, a lot of parents are gonna be like, "Oh no, not in my house. You ain't doing that in my house." But think about the damage that you're doing to a child or that person. You know what I mean? You might not fully understand it, but at least love them unconditionally no matter what. And our community has that problem. A lot of kids go down a rough path because they get treated like crap from their parents just because they're gay or lesbian or trans. It's not right.
Well, look at you trying to redeem yourself from the last episode.
Yo, dead ass.
Yeah, because you definitely can.
I still have my own personal
Dead
but,
ass.
but, you know, there's a right and a wrong way of how you should treat somebody. You can have your own ideas and opinions, but at the end of the day, if you're going to treat somebody like crap, you're a terrible person. If somebody's life is different from yours, doesn't mean you treat them like crap. You can have
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I had like a run-in with some girl at my job, about that, because she was saying, like, I was telling her I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I don't care, like, you know what I mean? I got family members, you know what I mean, that does that lifestyle. I don't agree with it, right? But I don't have to agree with it because somebody else doing it. I'm not going to dislike you or think something other than of you because you enjoy the lifestyle. Like, I know friends and family who sell drugs. I don't sell drugs. My brother sells drugs, but I'm not going to stop calling my brother or stop being around him because I don't condone his lifestyle. I don't agree with it. The moment he start doing it, all right, bro, I'm gonna be back, right? And I was explaining that in the sense of, you know what I mean, of a lifestyle other than my lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? What Border I was saying, and I was just, I'm agreeing. I'm joking with you, but I'm agreeing with you. Like, yeah, I don't should treat people right and wrong, but as far as the lifestyle, like, nah, I don't. That's not what I portray. So, you know.
Hey, look, we, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, we all got our own, you know, morals and beliefs. So, you know, I mean, we all got to do what, you know, what's best for ourselves. So, I mean, it's understandable. But, you know, like, as far as like, you know, like the 1-800 song, like, well, don't get me wrong, I did like it. However, though, I did think it was a bit corny that he did that like a week after Joyner dropped his track. It's like, you know, like I created a song and at the end of it, I put up a number for suicide prevention. Then you just go ahead and do a whole suicide prevention song. Like,
yeah.
Like, it seemed like that was a bit like you trying to like take the spotlight away from my shit and try to.
Yeah.
How do you know he wasn't working on that the entire time, though?
I don't believe in coincidence, so.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like this. All right, because
a week apart. You know what I mean?
And it's Joyner Lucas. It ain't like he was me or something. Like, he came across his timeline.
But I'm just saying back then, Lecrae was working on a song called Blessings with Ty Dolla $ign. And then I forgot who else did it. Someone else was working on a song called Blessings as well. And they came out within the same month. Yes, they were both working on those two songs. Two different concepts, both the same title, but both also semi-similar. Like, some artists could be doing it. They could have the same idea but have different delivery, making the things at the same time, you don't even realize it.
But you said a month, though.
No, this happened a week.
7 days. Like, you know how God, you know what I mean? Like,
he must have been really in that studio for days trying to get that out within a week then. He did that.
Logic is a plant. I'm gonna stand on. I need some. What's the song? What's the name?
That's a conspiracy. Can you elaborate on that?
Huh?
That's a conspiracy. Can you elaborate?
I think Logic a plant, man. I don't know. I feel like every time a racial situation come up or a popular black situation come up, he just pops up. He just pops up out of nowhere like a Grand Theft Auto gun.
He may feel some type of identity, like a Grand Theft Auto gun. He may feel some sort of identity with his
like
race.
Grand Theft
So he must
Auto,
have
my
to,
gun
like,
just popped up.
Yeah, I can kind of feel what you're talking about sometimes because being a light-skinned dude, you know what I mean? When you look at me, you can't always tell what I am. You think I'm Spanish or you think I'm this and you think I'm that. You know what I mean? So, like, I get some of his songs where he talks about...
I thought you were a piece of shit.
What you say?
Juice. Sip the juice. I got enough to go around. Logic is a plant. Okay?
But I get, like, sometimes he's talking about struggle of being half white, half black guy. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I get it. You know? Like, I remember I dated this one girl who was, you know, this complexion. And me and her got in an argument. And she's like, you'll never understand what it means to be black. And I'm like...
That's hilarious. She didn't know this whole time.
That's
so funny. That is the funniest thing ever. How long was this guy in a relationship before you like, wait, you're black? I can't be with you.
Yeah.
That's some like Tyrone Bigham shit.
Hey, bro.
I get it, though, because, like, being a dark
using Tinder.
For lying on Tinder.
Using Tinder.
Being a darker colored person, yes, you are a target more than lighter colored person. Me being a very light person, you don't know what I am. Sometimes cops are cool with me. Sometimes they're a-holes. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one time I pulled over with me and my two cousins, and I'm just like, look, I'm going to play as the white dude here.
That's funny.
I tried.
Everyone that cool.
But they still pulled my cousin out the car and pat him down because they thought he had something because he was acting suspicious. And I'm just like, why you got to do that? My other cousin's like, yo, man, what's up? I'm like, yo, chill. I'm trying to shout.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, I get where he's coming from. I just think it's not a popular opinion because, you know, he looks more white than he does black.
Well, what was I mean? Logic, in a sense, like, I don't know. I kind of get tired of him talking about like his race. It's like every track is something biracial. Like me being.
Finally, we agree on something, bro. Finally.
He does act light skinned. I think they both act light skinned.
What was it now? It seems like a lot of Logic tracks like are there to prove how black he is. You know, like I'm here to show y'all that I'm black too. You know, like
we get it. Like, we get it.
He definitely does. Like
Eminem is more black than Logic.
He's like, my mom and dad was on drugs. I like the one thing he said. He said, how is my mom racist? But every baby she has is half black.
Yeah. Like,
Vanilla Ice is more black than Logic.
You can still be racist and have every baby you have out.
Ice baby.
Ice baby was
He was
fire.
down with Suge Knight. I don't care what y'all talking about.
He was. Ice baby was fire.
Oh, speaking of Suge Knight, y'all heard the one Joyner song when he was like, "Give us back Tupac, take back Suge."
Yeah.
I love that one. He starts to talk about why you take all the good ones. Give us back the good ones. Take these ones.
He's saying that now. He wasn't gonna say that in '98. No.
He was saying now to his face.
You're saying now.
But you say it now. But now, when he had his old posse with him, he wasn't saying that shit.
That was a scary nigga.
What do y'all think about I'm Not Racist track by Joyner?
I was just gonna say
that was pretty good.
That's fire.
I liked it. You know what I'm saying? At first, when I saw, like, I didn't know what to think. Like, I'm thinking, like, this is literally that white guy rapping. Like,
yeah,
you know, like,
I was high as hell when I saw it. I was like, yo,
like,
who is this?
At the time, like, what was it? I knew
like Action Bronson.
I knew of Joyner Lucas. I never seen him in a video. Because, like, the only time I've heard Joyner Lucas at that time was, like, do his, like, remixes to, like, other popular songs, like Panda and Gucci Gang and all that shit.
He did a lot of remixes, yeah.
Yeah, like, no, which is why, you know, like you say, he's good on singles.
Yeah.
But what was it? Then This Is Race. No, I'm Not Racist came out. Then like there's just this white guy in a MAGA hat just started rapping. I'm like,
I deadass thought it was like a discount Action Bronson. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, 70% or 30% off.
Huh?
He says, 70% off. That was definitely I say 30.
30.
No, actually, no, 70. Yeah.
Yo, you
it was
said
like
discount. You
70.
said 7. That took me so long to realize what the hell you guys are talking
Nah,
about.
because like he's
Great value, bro.
he's underweight more than Action Bronson.
Yeah.
I
What's targets?
I liked it. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it until I realized his writing process, and then I was like, whatever.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm against that.
I don't hate his writing process.
Like, cause like
everyone has their own process. Not everybody can just hop on a mic and just throw bars and walk away. But like I did.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I just keep saying my opinion. It's just that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it.
Because I know
I feel like you chasing something. I feel like you chasing for a reaction. I feel like if Eminem go in the studio and say like, yo, all right, I want to do a video of me dissing Trump. But all right, well, I'm gonna do, because you got to do the analysis. I'm gonna do a video of me dissing Trump, and then like once it go viral, I want to do, you know what I mean? I want to create this whole, this whole blueprint of something, and then like, all right, cool. I'm gonna say this. I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but I don't know. I feel a way about that.
Every artist has a business plan. It has a plan that, okay, how can we get this song or what I'm doing to go viral to make more money? Because you need the revenue.
Yeah, but that don't last long now.
It don't, but that's how a lot of artists are today. Majority of the artists now, they just do these one little hits.
I don't know that for sure. Who
you
know like that? I only know Joyner who actually came out like that. I don't know anybody
else. The only
else.
one I told you his process, but
that's what I'm saying.
So that's trap rappers. None of them are making stuff that is going to go.
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the big hitters, the who I listen to, like the Meeks, the Jay, the Cole, the Kendricks. You know what I mean? That's yeah. I hold people to that, and Drake. I hold people to that standard. You know what I mean?
I feel like Joyner's thing is like he thinks of a concept, and he's thinking about how to implement. Like he's all about the message, and the money comes with it.
I think the message should come before the concept. That's just my opinion.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Before the this is a good conversation.
That's all
in existence and essence, and
that's all I'm saying. Because
I put it this, like, if you don't have a message that you're trying to imply, but you're thinking of everything else built around that, the message won't make sense. You know,
not every time. Sometimes.
Let's put it this, right? Like, let's say this is racist, right? Let's just say he thought about the whole video, right? Because which he probably did. Let's say he thought about the whole video of a white guy talking about his race issues with black people. Then he thought about, the black guy talking about his race issues with white America. And then, like, somewhere in the song where he writes down, like, it's just like how Young OG said before, like, 90 bars of just random shit. Like, it really depends on what you're really trying to put out there, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I like Joyner Lucas. I do. I like I like everything. But, it's just that not every song hits. You know what I mean? Like, there are some songs, what I'm saying, he actually has something to say. And there are other songs where he's trying to show you how good of a lyricist he is by just rapping fast or, trying to do some creative, witty punchlines or some shit. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think, like I said, the message, in my opinion, should be established first.
Because he said it. I do a video first, draw a concept, be the director, then I write my bars.
Right.
Now you're not an artist. Now you're a director.
Right.
It's like that's for me. That's like a Puff. That's what Puff do. Puff does that for the artist, and then he say, "All right, cool, artist, write me lyrics about such and such, and then I'm gonna perform it."
Right.
So that's for me. I'm just going to the, I always like to go back to the essence. And like I said, that's just like saying every rapper don't write their own bars, which is may be true, but we only know a couple. We only know a few. So I don't know. I just know that he came out like that, and then it kind of, I don't know. For me, it kind of lessened. You know what I mean? Because he's a good rapper, but for me, I'm like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's just like, I don't know.
Because
I could, like, I'm a rapper, right? But I could think of like, all right, cool. All right, I want to do a video. All right, Chaz, free. All right, what I want to do a video about protests. Right, we're gonna all march and protest. We're gonna do the video, and then we're gonna have like Walmart. We're gonna like people trashing, looting Walmart, and then all right, cool, got that. Now I'm gonna write these bars with that, and then now I'm gonna tailor each bar with that. Now it's just like I'm being creative, but it's like I'm not really. I don't know. I feel like
the visualize.
Artists are doing that right now.
Maybe watching the video is working up the words in his head. Maybe he's just that type of person.
I mean, well,
I don't know.
That could be.
It's different. It's a really.
That's how some diss tracks are. You think you want to, oh, I'm getting ready to diss this person. Maybe you think of the video first and then you're like that's how they have like crazy things going on in the music video.
Usually when I hear a diss track, it's usually they're talking about something that they've either talked about in public or in private. You know, that's where that shit stems from. They're, you know, the whole idea of doing like, you know, like, let me think of like, you know, what I'm going to talk about, then write it down. No, like, you already know what you're going to talk about. You know, like, you're going to talk about, you know, like MGK and Eminem. You're going to talk about MGK.
Yeah.
About Haley.
I'm not going. Yeah.
You know, you're going to talk about what was it? Him refusing to apologize. Him, you know, saying that he's a better rapper. That, you know, you're overrating all this shit. That's what you're using as your ammo. Not like, you know, everything else built up around that.
Yeah, him saying that, I'm gonna tell you what it is for him because I just got it. Him saying that lost credibility for me because I feel like you didn't go through that.
Who are we talking about here?
Joyner.
Okay.
The way he's once he explained that, I'm like, oh, so it's a higher chance that he didn't go to some of the stuff he rapping about.
He just witnessed it.
He witnessed it, or he might have seen it. Right? Because
he said that. He said that growing up, he didn't live in a war zone. He just happened to be one of those guys who was at the wrong place, wrong time kind of situation. But it wasn't really like a struggle for his.
He Forrest Gump throughout life.
But then people are like that who weren't born and raised in the hood, but know about the hood.
Well, right, yeah, people are like that.
Proud to see family, but then go back home.
Yeah, we know people are like that, but he was the only one who admitted it. It's like if I get with that Meek Mill and J. Cole and Kendrick didn't write their bars, I'm gonna feel away. But some you can say some of they might not write their bars, but I don't know that for sure. I just know Joyner came out. He came. That's a fact because it came from his mouth during the interview. You know what I mean?
I know that Drake doesn't write his bars. He has a whole team.
But I never hold him to a higher standard. I'm more of a Meek. I'm more of a J. Cole type of Kendrick.
Drake is a pure entertainer. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. He's a pop sensation.
I never held him at that regard. Never. I never really held him as this bar for bar. You know what I mean?
What about Cardi B? You know she don't write her bars.
I got a whole thing. I got a whole rant I want to go on for that.
That's
one.
Pop music.
Next episode. You know, but you know, I don't know. Like, you know, like everything's been saying is, you know, is factual. It's just like I said, you know, if I had to choose out of Logic and Joyner, I'm personally going to go with Logic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's only because, like, you know, he actually, you know, takes his work seriously by, you know, thinking about what he's going to write out before he thinks of like anything else. You know what I mean? Like, what was it? Like, now they're around the whole talking about, you know, me being half white, half black, every fucking album, every fucking song and a half. You know, like that shit's, you know, kind of boring and repetitive. But you know, like there are those songs that, you know, like I definitely do, you know, feel like what was it? Keanu Reeves, Yuck, the whole Bobby Tarantino 2 album, like I love that shit. But you know, Joyner, he's great. He's a great lyricist. He has super great potential. You know, Eminem just named him one of his favorites of all time. But you know, I just feel like he needs to come with that, you know, that story, you know, like that autobiography that, you know, just hasn't been told yet. You know what I mean?
I still think he tried to do that. With
and maybe he don't have one because he directs a video and then.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what gets me. You know what I'm saying? The story of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear about it for like 5 straight albums, but like an album or two, like, and if it's like a really in-depth tale of like stuff you've been through and you experienced, you know, like that's what I want to hear about.
We need a 440. We need a 440. You know what I mean? We need a 444. You know what I mean?
What's that? 444 again? We're going for that?
Yeah, we need that 444. We need a 444 for every artist.
Basically, yeah. Like I like honestly, like if you don't do that, then you're no better than entertainment. That's all you do. You're just entertainment. You know.
Yeah, you in it for the bag, like these young artists. They in it for the bag.
Right.
So I think that both of these two guys came out with like their worst albums in the last like year. So I think ADHD is the worst thing Joyner Lucas will ever come up with, and I think Confessions of a Dangerous Mind is the worst thing that Logic will ever come up with. I hope it doesn't get any worse than this.
So wait, quick question. Now, did everyone hear ISIS?
Yeah.
I'm so stuck on what she said. She said what?
They got one of the worst. Both of them came out one of the worst albums out of their, you know what I mean, Serato. So.
But still, Joyner Lucas still has to do more, of course. But this was like a snooze.
I don't believe it.
Maybe ISIS was probably a bop, but
I disagree. I don't think it was a bad album at all.
That being said, I think I'm gonna go with Logic as well, because Bobby Tarantino is probably like
smack both of y'all.
No, he can't because I'm here.
Yeah.
I got Joyner, so.
You got Joyner?
Oh, yeah, tie.
All right.
Lyricism, right?
Because Border, you said Joyner too, right?
Yes. Oh wait, why don't I look at you? Yeah, I go with Joyner.
All right, so was it two? All right, so I guess was it just debatable? Yeah, debatable.
They're
I did not think it would go like this.
Honestly, yeah, I really did not. Yeah, but
that's funny because on my screen, what's your name? Me and Dion's on this side, and y'all two are on this side.
Right? Yeah, y'all the Logic.
Oh, really? I got the dark skins over here and the light skins over here.
Yeah, the light skins at the bottom.
Even though Rob dark as hell right now.
Actually, the dark skins are on the bottom of my screen. And me
listen, not in my story. Not
in my story. I choose my narrative.
Was it my screen? My screen's like a color palette. Like as you go up, it gets lighter, and as you go down, it gets darker.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing, Zoom.
It's a beautiful thing. You know?
Debatable. I love it.
All right, so debatable for round one. All right, let's see how these other two rounds are gonna go. Round two. Contributions to rap. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a hard one for me.
Yeah.
This is very, very, very hard.
I'm gonna throw you off of mine.
They're really similar. Their deliveries are just different.
It's not only just because they're similar in certain aspects, but like, what was it like? I don't know. Like there wasn't like too much to dig up on them besides the music. Really, like no one's really like put themselves out there. Like I mean, Logic has had like I would say a bigger boom than Joyner, but like no one's really done too much outside of like their own kind of realm to like really like influence other people. Like I haven't met anyone who said they're influenced by Logic or Joyner. So
I'm gonna throw you off on this one. I vote neither or. So
neither or.
Neither or.
You know, so you're debatable then because you don't know where it'll go. What the fuck?
Yeah, nah.
Can you relax, man?
Yeah, right. So it's that ADHD shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is that shit.
You be taking Ritalin right now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I needs to take something.
There's nothing wrong with it.
They're at the wall for 7 hours.
Something.
You gotta get tested every 3 months now for it because people keep selling it, and I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, they actually gave cocaine to children, but that's a whole nother thing. But go ahead. I digress. Go ahead.
I'm not thinking about this now since they're really like they're not really contributing to anything. So I took this as like, how have they contributed to the rap culture knowing their influences? Because I feel like there's no Logic really without Eminem, and there's really probably no Joyner Lucas without Eminem.
Yeah. Like they both stem from that same branch, honestly.
So maybe they're just contributing to that sort of type of rapping, that technique of rapping fast and also rapping about stuff going on in their head.
Now, the one thing I would say though, now I'm gonna give it to Joyner for this round.
I think I might too.
And honestly, the only reason I'm going to do that, I'm not racist. That's the only reason I'm gonna do that. Because I'm not racist caused a big, thing on, for a lot of rappers to come out and, voice their opinions on, the political standpoint of, America for the black culture, the white culture and such.
He created a conversation. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So he bought attention to a serious issue that is long going and, very well needed. Now, Logic did the same thing with 1-800, with suicide prevention, but, like, honestly, like, that one was just more of a popular song, more so a conversation.
True.
So I would give it to Joyner just for, I'm not racist, honestly. He created something that, honestly was never done before, And I think he did a really good job with it, personally.
He basically brought the point of view of racism on both sides. Try to actually understand it. I mean, a lot of us still don't fully understand from the other point of view, but like we kind of have an idea now. It's like, all right, yeah, we feel the type of way every time we go through certain things because of white America, but the people that are with us aren't really against us, or the people that are against us, it's like sometimes they go through things because of other people's actions and what they do.
Like, yeah, I agree. Like, personally, like the way I took, I'm not racist. Like, I kind of look because, like, Joyner himself is also half black, half white. So I kind of took it like maybe these are the conversations like he thinks about internally. You know what I mean? Like being half white and half black. Like he could feel how the white guy felt. About the double standards of the N-word and how blacks treat each other in their own communities versus what the black guy was saying about how white America polices black people unfairly and incarceration rates and all that. Like I kind of felt like like maybe this is like him speaking to himself on both sides of the issue, and then everyone else just chimed in with their own opinion afterwards. So I don't know. I thought like it was like a very creative song and video to speak about it.
I would agree because I like your reason.
That's it.
I really just showed up. As far as this goes, I was like, yeah, either or.
Yeah. What you got?
I do agree. I mean, I feel like Joyner's messages and stuff points more to the black community and what we go through. A lot of the stigmas that are in our community. I feel like Logic's points more to a little bit of both, but more to the other side.
Like with the white side?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just want to throw it out there. The whole, talking about the black community and all that stuff. Joyner did that for one song.
But I mean, I'm talking about like the issues that we have.
And Logic talked about the biracial community for many songs,
many albums.
Yeah,
because two of them not really stuff from that club.
When I listen to like his albums, it's like he doesn't say it, but a lot of the problems that we have in our homes, like especially black homes, it's like I feel like it's talked about.
Like what?
Like ADHD is a major thing that goes through a lot of black homes.
That was actually invented for the black homes.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you do your Googles on that.
What was Dr. Umar talked about it?
Right? Well, my dad went to school with Dr. Umar Johnson.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he went to they both got their masters in the same place.
Oh shit.
School in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Lehigh.
Oh, because he went to other school. Okay.
What was I gonna say?
But that guy's funny. I like that. He's a ridiculous man, low key. He's
that's my guy.
Shit to say. Yeah.
Y'all listen to the one song that he talked about when he was like talking about like why I got like how girls always say to us guys we think what our thing.
Our dicks?
Yeah.
What thing?
He said our thing.
Talking about the one. What thing? Which one? Which one are you talking about?
Your pee.
This song, I forget what song it was, but the whole song was talking about like, yo, why not listen to you? Like, look what the trouble you got me in. I thought that was funny. But I get it. Like, a lot of dudes think that way. And it's like, dang, the damage that we do to our own homes. Our own happy homes.
Well, that's not just a black man. I think every
that's
dude.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's every dude.
That was just a black. I was just asking, did you remember that song? I thought that was.
No, I was going off what you were saying before about like talk about something that we think about in the black communities.
I just felt like that was another topic that's not talked about at all because of us men, we do have that issue.
What? Say it again. Say it again so I have it clear.
We have the issue of thinking with our dicks.
We don't think with our heads, we think with our men.
I would say that seems. I don't know about everybody.
That's generic.
But it's something that should be talked about. Like
not in our communities though. That should be talked about on another community.
I mean, look how many single moms are out there today.
Not because they think what they what you call it thing.
Okay, but
wieners.
I'm not saying that every single mom is because the man cheated, but what is the stigma about men? Like that we're all cheaters, and once a cheater is always a cheater, and all this other. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Everywhere though, not just the black.
And then wasn't there that whole black men don't cheat thing that was going on for a good while?
Yeah. Shout out
some
to
bullshit.
Charlemagne.
We know that's a big lie.
Yeah, black men don't cheat. Come on, man.
That's some bullshit.
You know what's up.
I don't cheat. I have emotional companions on the side.
That's even worse.
No.
The neo soul people say you free. So.
I have so many.
See, makes sense. Free and you free. That's why.
Exactly. No, I'm a free man. You know.
So Joyner wins this one.
When you said that, she's not in the room, is she? You would have got popped inside the head.
No, it was that's a whole nother episode. Actually, you know the how we feel about each other and all that shit regarding that. But
Joyner wins this one.
Yeah, I would definitely say Joyner, in my opinion, wins this one.
I'll go with Joyner.
That was easy.
Yeah.
All right,
Round
so
2 in the books.
All right, so that's a 1-0 on Joyner's side. All right, so let's see what's going to happen during round 3.
Round 3, longevity, right? Right? Longevity. Just off the gate, I'm gonna just get mine out the way. To me, Logic is a plant. Sip the juice. I got enough to go around. I'm standing on that ledge. That's a reference from the Joe Button podcast. Chaz know what I'm talking about. And then it's longevity. I got Joyner, man. I think the lyrical miracle spiritual in your living room, living with the swimming pool. I think he gonna realize he gonna need a 4-4-4, and then that might trump that. So that's what I got. I got Joyner on longevity because Logic is a proof of plan.
Now, was it talking about longevity right now? This is just also talking about the accumulation and accolades they've gotten so far. Mm-hmm. Now, accumulation and accolades. Speaking on that context, Logic has the most now. Like he shut down.
Yes.
No, he sold out Madison Square Garden. He's won a Grammy. Joyner got nominated, but I think Logic actually won one.
I feel like Joyner's still in the beginning of his career, though.
He is. He's fairly new.
He still has a long way to go, and he's starting to gain eyes and open doors.
I could be wrong. Y'all might correct me, but why did it take? I want to ask a question for the people who actually listen to him. Frequently. I'm just a casual fan. Why did it take him so long to start saying that he was half black? Logic.
Why did it take him so long?
Because from my understanding, he was standing on the pop culture crutch, right?
I mean, honestly, I'm just like you. I would say, definitely, casual fan. I mean, I would say, in my personal opinion, if I had to guess, maybe, people were calling it into question, maybe. That'd be my only answer for that. Like if he's talking about it now, the only reason would be because someone had to have mentioned him possibly not being black or him being like an all-white person, and he just had to address that. So that's his.
Because he was considered. I remember him considered as a white rapper.
I thought he was when he first came out. I didn't see not one shred.
And then a couple years ago, Mysterio, his mom is black for some reason.
Yeah.
I think his dad, yeah.
Or is that I don't know, either or. You know what I mean?
I don't know. See, the way I look at Logic, he is one giant mixed-ish rapper. And when I mean mixed-ish, I mean like the show mixed-ish.
Like the show, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could compare that show to how he raps. It's like everything is just, black or white. That's really it. There's nothing really too much else in between, so it's not really too much to really project him in my mind to a further standpoint. Like
I would agree with you, but only because like in Mixed-ish, they are confused about their own identity and they're slowly trying to figure it out throughout the show. And I feel like that's what Logic is just doing right now.
Yeah, but like, what was it? It takes you 8 albums plus 3 mixtapes to figure it out. Like,
look, don't listen to them shits.
That's the only thing we have to listen to from. Like,
don't listen to him at all.
Like, what was it? Like, Joyner on the other hand, like, he'll talk about these issues, but he's really just trying to prove that, he's a good rapper. Now he's a good biracial rapper. Now he's a good black or white rapper. That he's just a good rapper. So I believe he's going to probably elevate himself more, try to, progress better in his career to try to be better than how he is now. I was like he raps fast and all that stuff, and I got to go back probably like 2-3 times until whatever song he's rapping fast on to really understand what the fuck he was saying. But
that do not make you hot or nice. So
I agree, it doesn't. Unless you're Eminem. But
here we go. Yo, you know what I just thought about?
What's up?
Seriously?
Yeah.
The same crutch. No, not the crutch. But you know how Eminem always trying to prove he can rap, and we know he one of the top. He is the top 5 or top 10 rappers ever. Like, we know that. It's the same thing Logic do with Chop. Stop trying to prove us that you're black.
Right.
Like, stop saying it. Like, bro, just rap. Nobody really care about that. Like I said, honestly, if you look at Eminem, you would think he either have something. It's like you question it. Like, did this thing have black or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he ain't really trying to.
You said that.
Going. I know how to rap real good. I'm gonna go. White rapper. I'm gonna go. You know what I mean?
Keanu Reeves, like he said, it ain't a Logic track if he ain't talking about being biracial. Like,
that's not a good tag.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, bro, I understand you going through some struggles.
Yeah, I know. I get it. You want to feel more. You want to. I listen. One last thing about this. I think because when you're a black rapper and you're a white rapper, it's a little different, because if you're not Eminem, if you're not Eminem as a white rapper, you're not gonna get held to the higher regard, right? Everybody know that because he was the forefront, right? So everybody other than Eminem is gonna go to the wayside. So I think he wants to get on that same plateau as the black rappers who's like real famous. You know what I mean? Like the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, and he feel like he rap on the same playing field, or as far as numbers, they on the same level. So I think I might be going on a limb, but him want to, every time he just keep trying to, I'm black. I think because he wants to be accepted into the black hip hop community, because he's not really. He's only accepted into the white hip hop community. And as Eminem, he accepted all over the board: pop, hip hop, bars, battling. You know what I mean? So I think
what? He should have just come out and just started saying nigga out the gate. If he was half black, he should have just started coming out and saying nigga.
Bro, I think he's white. I think only like a very small handful of times I've heard Logic say nigga. Like now if I hear him say nigga, I'm gonna cringe a little bit, because I'm like, whoa, like
he let it go on too long, and
exactly, because like you said, he should have said, "What's up, nigga? My name Logic."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Well, he can't say that." I'm like, "Oh, his dad black. All right, cool, he good."
Yeah,
like what was it now? But like now it's just like like you. Like if you've never heard of Logic, you're just gonna think he's a white guy, coming straight out the gate. So if he says nigga, like, if you are white listening to him and it's your first time listening to him, he says nigga, like, you might go on social media and like protest that shit. But
boycott that.
Like look at this white privilege over here, like.
But I'm gonna go with Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, I got Joyner, Chaz Joyner.
He's got room for improvement.
What you got?
No one said that Logic isn't a plant. No one discounted that in this podcast today. Dion said that. No one took it. No one.
I mean, what was it? If I'm not saying he is a plant, but I mean, from him talking basically about like one thing his entire career, and then all the other shit that he's gained from that.
They got mad biracial plants out there, like the Van Girl. These racially ambiguous people. That's what white people love.
Mulatto was in the season.
Yeah.
So that's a hot color. Coffee and cream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just calling a spade for spade. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm 6 years old. I don't know nothing.
No worries. We'll add the lesson for the adolescent.
So what's up, Border Eye?
I'm going with Joyner.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's going to start. So if he stops worrying about trying to impress people and just does him with his messages, I feel like his messages are going to start being heard more and more. I feel like Logic we already know what he's going to talk about. Every song he's going to mention certain amount of things.
Biracial and rhyming with something because Oreo, because black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, his albums are good, but I feel like honestly, I feel like he pertains more to the white crowd of hip hop. I feel like Joyner pertains like.
And that's how you sell out, really. Honestly, you pander to the white crowd of hip hop. That's how you sell out. Like money.
Sell out. That's how you sell out.
White people like a lot of things, though. Black.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
we are a trend.
Yeah,
we are trending.
They like the Travis
like
Scotts and the Kanyes, you know. But they also like the Logics.
They don't like us. Ain't that some crazy? Listen to us every single day, but don't like us.
Yeah.
They like us.
And that's real.
No, I want to go burn some shit now.
Dead ass.
They listen to Lil Wayne constantly. Go back to Eminem, they go to Drake, and then they just like, you know what? We don't even.
But I love it when I get into like, you know, disputes with like suburban kids about, you know, the history of hip hop and what it means to be a legend and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, you must sound so old.
No,
right.
Actually, I do. Apparently, because now I get called. You know, like I listen to like boom bap rap. Like once I heard lyrical rap is now called boom bap and all that shit, I knew I hit an old point.
Yeah, you did.
You know, because I'm like, how is it boom bap? Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, right. Have y'all listened? Just a quick side note. Y'all listened to Griselda yet?
Yeah. I heard like two songs.
Y'all can't be no, I don't. Y'all can't be Eminem fans and haven't listened to.
It is wild. I don't know like this. I'm still just the casual listener that's here to learn.
Everything changed for me when the Fire Nation attacked. All right, I don't have the time.
This nigga, okay.
That's some words.
Y'all crazy. I don't believe y'all Eminem fans.
By the next episode, I will have something for you.
Right,
I don't think y'all Eminem fans. That's just me.
So y'all both
put it out there. Y'all not Eminem fans. I don't know.
Am I the only one that listened to Griselda when he mentioned it?
Wait, you listened to it?
I've been saying that every time he brings it up. Like, I listened to it. It wasn't terrible. I was like, all right, dope.
Wait, how many songs?
Wasn't terrible?
How many songs?
Many.
I think Griselda's a group.
I'm looking this up.
I thought it was a single person.
We sound like idiots right now.
Mind you, I listened to it so long ago, so I don't remember. All I remember was like, okay, you know, I see why Dion likes it, but it's
you listened to Griselda when?
Huh?
When?
When you first asked us to check it out.
Okay.
And every time you bring it up, I say something and y'all ignore me like y'all always do.
You know we don't like you, boy. The eye make your daughter cry. You know that.
I'm possible, man. I know who's going to get invited, but it's not going to be let in.
What? We talking about heaven?
What?
Yo, Josh, chill.
What are you all talking about? I was looking up Griselda.
Oh nah. It's I just you know I joke with y'all. You know what I mean?
Nah. By next episode, I'm gonna have something for you. I will have actual commentary for you regarding Griselda.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I listened to two tracks, and I think that was it because I listened to maybe like a week or so after.
Okay.
We filmed it.
Yeah, they got a song with Eminem that you're gonna fairly enjoy, man.
Fairly enjoy.
You're gonna fairly enjoy. I'm just saying. I just gotta put it out there, you know.
What was it? So wait, quick question. I just wanted to ask real quick regarding Logic and Joyner. So during the Complex interview, Joyner said that being a lyricist means that you compete with one another as far as like when you have features and shit to see which one's going to have lyricism and all that shit. So when it comes to like Logic, you know, upgrading himself as far as his music is concerned, I personally believe that I don't think he's going to try to change too much of his structure as far as like, because he always wants to prove he's the better lyricist compared to the next person. Only person I think he won't say he's better than as far as lyricism is concerned, besides like is like M and J. Cole. Like everyone else is up for grabs.
That's nice.
He ain't nowhere near
precious.
Anybody. He ain't even nowhere near Drake.
Like I said in the beginning, if I had a choice, I probably wouldn't really listen to either of them unless they got like exponentially better. But
I don't listen to either. I just know because, you know, it's just hip hop. So.
Yeah. Like I said, once that autobiography comes out, you know, for Joyner Lucas, now I got a
555.
I don't buy it.
Well,
no, he was hoping. He was being hopeful.
So I don't know. Like that comes out might change, but what was it? So I think we are Joyner Lucas across the board, right, for round 3.
Yeah.
So I guess
That means
Joyner
he
Lucas.
wins.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas is the winner for episode 7.
Let's go.
Hooray!
You look like a fat baby.
No one else is doing.
See, he went from sexuality to body shaming. He canceled. I know he
Yeah.
canceled.
Why you always say some
Getting
stuff, man?
canceled. He getting canceled.
I would say if you say something misogynistic, you say the trifecta. Like you are so done. Like
Yeah,
You just look like a fat baby.
he fat shaming. It's messed up.
Man, why you okay? Y'all crap on me. It's all ha ha ha. I say one joke. Oh no, he's fat shaming guys. Oh my god,
That's the joke.
fat shaming.
You say it when everybody quiet, like, cause I say some stuff and Rel might say some stuff. Chaz say some stuff that could get her canceled, but everybody else be talking too. You just say it be complete silence. You be like, yo, I don't like them because of such and such. You be like, yo, what? Say that?
I don't know what it is. You just don't say it with confidence. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right.
I would say like the buildup is definitely like like that just leads to more questions. Like the first statement leads to another question. like everything you say is very questionable afterwards. It's like why?
Enough of border. I make your daughter cry, man.
I recorded though. I want this to end up on a show.
No. It won't be the end of the show. It'll be the end of you. But
I don't want to everybody calling something else.
I don't know. Well, I put up a letter saying like
Border Z.
Like we don't agree with anything Border I stands for, and he has been dismissed immediately.
Yo, that forever would be the funniest.
You get canceled.
He canceled already.
Yeah, that'd be something too. Like the Christian guy was like to boot off the show. Like,
how the Christian guy get canceled?
I just myself. What y'all talking about?
Yeah. You look sad over there right now, Border Eyes. Okay, you all right?
I'm tired because I woke up early in the morning when I was trying to sleep.
Okay.
What time you wake up?
Man, I was sound asleep and it was like 8:30. I'm like, what's wrong?
I've been up since 4:45.
Look.
Why? What time did you go to bed?
What do you mean? I have to go to work at 5:30.
Oh wait, you went to work today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get off?
Do you read the group chats or do you just like?
No, you don't.
He just put stuff in there. That's why we had to do this at like after 11 o'clock.
When I get to the group chat and there's like stop messages, I'm not going back to read all the messages. It's not there.
We talking
just
about that was like after you texted, she replied. She was the first reply after you.
I mean, I read some of it, but I didn't know she had work today. I thought
How do you read some of it? It's literally 2 sentences.
I don't remember this.
And then he said like LOL. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's what, see, he's the kind of person I hate. He's the kind of person who writes LOL and LMAO with a straight face the whole time, like knowing he ain't laughing at shit.
Sit there.
She just called him. He don't pay attention.
I don't pay attention to anything. I don't know how I graduated college.
Shit, man.
At least you said it.
Yeah.
Chaz already knows. We worked on a project together.
Yeah, it's a dub.
I crapped everything all the way through. Man, I remember some stuff I learned, and other stuff I don't. The projects were just easy.
Damn. Those tens of thousands of dollars, man.
You don't need to have good memory to graduate from college. You need to know how to pay attention and say what the teacher already said.
Bro.
You don't gotta say anything.
Keep talking, bro. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
What he said?
Keep talking. He's
talking.
spitting.
But no, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Like, when it comes to school, all of it really is, like, they just want to hear you repeat the same exact shit they just said to you.
Yo, bro, I got it. Bro, I got a perfect example, bro. It gave me chills just to talk about this. I had what class was it? It was human resource management, right?
Mm.
And we had to do we had to create employee handbook. We had to do a thesis statement and a mission statement. And then we also had to write about a few people who came up with HR, like the Henry Fords and stuff like that, and Fred Taylor. So I had to do a report on what was Fred Taylor and Henry Ford was talking about. But I wanted to put it from my perspective rather than a book. The professor was like, yo, no, you can't do that. Yeah. Whatever the book says, you got to put it in the book perspective. And I said, wait, I can't use my own perspective? He said, no, you're going to get a D. You're going to get a D for that. You're going to get a D for that. I'm like,
because
after that, bro, I'm like, yo, this is wild. It's wild. I lost the whole, I was a senior. That was a year ago. So I only
had
a
senior?
months to go. So.
See, that's great. See, I would feel like a senior in college should definitely be given a chance to voice his opinion.
Yeah.
More than,
you need to be starting your own businesses and making your own mistakes.
My own opinion. I couldn't voice my own opinion.
Because, like, what was it? I know, like, when I used to do shit like that, when I used to ask to, like, use outside sources than the ones they gave me, and, like, no, because if you do that, you don't understand the material if by not using the sources that we gave.
I'm like, bro,
That's
said
crazy.
The same thing. Bro, you sound just like me. I said, no, I read the book, but I'm coming up with my own cognitive reason why this happened.
Right.
Just because some other person said this happened, that don't make it a fact.
Exactly.
That's just what he said. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, and after that, I had that same mindset. Luckily, it was only 2 months until I graduated. I was like, man, all this is bull crap, bro. It's just bull crap.
Well, what was it? That, to me, a degree, and I know besides me, everyone here has their degrees, and I'm proud of y'all for doing that. But to me, a degree is like, like I sat in this classroom or mini classrooms for 4 years. I listened to you talk, and I told you what you wanted to hear. Now give me my shit. That's what a degree is.
That says something.
Basically.
That says something because 3 of us has degrees and we are agreeing with you.
Yeah. Maybe we should have gone to like quantum physics or something. I don't know.
Right, something crazy.
The degree is a piece of paper that just allows more opportunities to jobs if you have connections.
Well,
that's why though.
If you have connections. So what's the point of you going to get that 4-year degree for $50,000 with 0 connections? Because now
can say that I gained connections.
You got a really expensive piece of paper while working at Walmart.
I gained connections from going to college, though.
Yo, the school system was made.
So hard to put these connections into work.
In America, the school system was made for the rich robber barons. They wanted to teach their family how to work for the business.
Right.
Mm.
Now, that's a fact. Like, you can Google that. You know what I mean? It was to teach how to be workers. Yeah. That's why I ran into that problem where I wanted to create something of my own, and he was like, the professor was like, "No, you're gonna get an F for that, or you're gonna get a D for that."
That's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
All those colleges, all they advertise is like how they breed innovative thinkers and shit. I don't know why they would even come at you and say that you can't do it as a certain way, which like that's a failure on them at that point.
Any type of like educational institution, whether it be college, public school, private school, any school that says that we promote creativity, and all that shit, I don't believe it. I really don't believe it.
No, they promote creativity. They promote how to be a worker.
Oh yeah, true enough on that. How to be a little mindless drone, just fall in order. Yeah, I agree with that statement. But like the moment you come up with your own opinion, you're going up against the grain, and they don't like that shit. Because now you're challenging what they know and what they believe is right and wrong and all that shit.
Because I'm an accounting major too. So in my accounting class, I know it's rules and regulations. I get that, but this was a human resource class.
Right. I
should be allowed because there's different ways to skin a cat. Ain't like it's an Apple, it's a Google, it's a Microsoft, it's a HP, all different companies. You can name about 100 more companies.
Right.
Why do I gotta tailor my speech towards Ford, which is Henry Ford? Why?
Right.
He wasn't the standard to run a business. It was business way before that.
I used to get F's on my philosophy papers. Now, mind you,
that is insane.
Philosophy.
I'd have to try to get an F in philosophy.
That's insane.
You know how high I was every time I was in there?
It was like, it's crazy. Like, in my opinion, like philosophy is just one giant opinion. Like that's Like it's one guy's opinion versus another guy's opinion. Like it's nothing but thesis statements and all that shit. Like, and to tell me that my opinion is wrong, like how? I don't get it.
Did you read the material?
Yeah, it was about fucking Pluto or some shit. The
Plato.
Plato.
Yeah,
You're funny as hell. He said Pluto.
Same
like
thing.
Dog, nigga.
But like no, like the difference between
Socrates.
Like, the good and the bad. Like we're talking about like the allegory of the caves and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and like my opinion on why he perceived the sun as the ultimate form of good, you know, because it was the one thing that he could prove, you know, was real and all that shit, versus, you know, him living in a dark ass cave and seeing a flame that he doesn't know is true. Like apparently that opinion was wrong.
Interesting. I mean, if you had cited stuff, I don't see why you could have. I don't know. That's
like I took the class twice. You know what I'm saying? I took it online, then I took it in person because I wanted to hear why I was wrong about this shit. You know, and
that's crazy.
And everything he would say in class would be the exact same shit I said online, but I didn't bring it up. Like,
I can't remember any of the papers I wrote. Nope, not in philosophy at least.
I don't know. I destroyed all them shits. But that was the one class that fucking.
You may have just destroyed genius right there.
Nah,
you never know.
That was it. Nah, me as a philosopher, I can't be no fucking philosopher. No, I'll be telling I'll be telling people a lot of harm.
That's not a rich life unless you like coin some sort of term and people use that term in like their other writing. And you become yeah. Other than that, it's a poor lifestyle living as
to be a philosopher, in my opinion, is just like to be a rapper. They don't really give a shit until you die, because then what you said was facts.
Yeah. No, I mean Sartre wrote a lot of books. Camus wrote a lot of books. He was very popular. If you're in that era where thinkers, all you have to do is just talk, and people will have you. I can't think of someone who's just like a thinker right now.
Elon Musk.
But he's like a smart. He knows like physics.
I actually like Elon Musk. After that Joe Rogan podcast,
I liked him before that. He seems funny.
Well, I still got to see that one actually, the Joe Rogan podcast.
When he got high.
It wasn't he was on there twice, wasn't he?
No, that was about 2 years ago. But the recent one, like a couple.
I didn't see that one. No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, the recent one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He said basically COVID-19 is a hoax by Bill Gates. That's why I like it.
Nah, he's wild for that.
I've heard. I ain't gonna lie. I've heard that that notion before. Like, because wasn't Bill Gates pushing like mandatory vaccines and shit for people? And
April 26th is a bill called HRV 6 something, but basically saying that they wanted to alleviate, because vaccines is mandatory in some states and then it's optional, and sometimes if you have a political or religious belief that you don't have to take vaccines, you can say you can believe in one of those things. He was trying to alleviate all that and make it mandatory for children up to ages 18 or 24 last year around this time. And then
I'm not mad at that. Give him superpowers.
And the nigga said, obviously y'all know, the nigga said, we spoke about this before we got quarantined, but he said the world is overpopulated and we need a pandemic.
Yep.
I don't believe in no conspiracies no more. A person said that.
Yeah, it was.
And then now he's doing interviews on CNN.
Yeah.
On all the Democratic TV shows.
Whether it's a hoax or not, he is like controlling this. So, what choice do you have? People are still dying. That's not fake.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a real virus. It's a real virus.
My
thing on this is, why don't we stop cigarettes though? Why don't
makes too much money?
Why wouldn't we shut down over cigarettes?
Yeah, it's money.
Car crashes. Well, hundreds of thousands of people die each year.
Money.
I think they're gonna try to start doing that. Self-driving cars.
But that's what I'm saying. It just don't make. I don't want. Listen, don't like how Joe Budden said. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
golden shower.
That's a whole episode on its own. Honestly.
I love how after we get done each episode, we just get straight into podding about like real world shit.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Shit, I mean, look, we talked about what we accomplished, so I mean, this is just.
Because honestly, can we ignore shit anymore?
Nah, not at all. No. Except Border Eye over there who's falling asleep.
Yeah.
What?
I've been mad at that light in the background this whole time.
What light?
I mean, how it's only dark in that one square, and light in that one square and dark everywhere else.
Like, he really does act like he never got a degree. He doesn't know how to light a room.
It's daytime. I don't want to waste my electricity to have a light on window in the day.
When are you moving?
Now, I would say this in his defense, like, because he has this whole computer stand set up and all that stuff where he can't move it to the front of his window.
Yeah,
so
that's the only reason why I didn't say anything. Otherwise, I would have been like, we can't start until you like turn yourself around, sir.
I mean, y'all can see me. I'm like, I'm bright as it is. The sun is shining off my scalp.
Off one side.
It's good enough.
Can you see better? Yeah.
But for everyone who's stuck up to this point, we want to thank you again for watching our show. We are the Fantasy Rappers Podcast, and we are here for your entertainment. Please come back next episode where we will be talking about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And
wow, there's a misogynist right there.
What?
Cancel.
You get it? All right, yeah. All right, you're done, buddy. No.
I have a career to get canceled.
We gotta get an Asian on here next. Gotta keep the diversity up.
Yeah.
But what was it? Please come and join us for that episode. If you do like the show and want to support us, please follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All of our links are in our description on our YouTube page, so please go and click on those and follow us and show your support. Before we leave today, we want to thank everyone for your continued support. I know you have many viewing options, and this is probably isn't your first one, but you choose to come back anyway, and we love you for it. So with that being said, we want to wish you guys a great day and see you again for episode 8. Right?
Yeah, that sounds right. You can't lose count now. It's too early to lose count.
Hey, Savon, which one? 243?
Yeah.
243.
Could I do Savon's job? Maybe.
So, guys, have a good one. Peace.